A friend of my wife's got me involved, and at first I wasn't really that knowledgeable. I didn't think I'd be able to make that big of a difference. And the unique thing is that after several years at search, you realize that you can make a difference. You can make a big difference. You have to want to do this work, and that gives you kind of a feeling of like, I better get with it, or I need to go find something else to do if you're charity-minded. We've come a long ways in the appearance of the homeless. People used to think it was a certain man that didn't want to work, that it was of a certain color, and it's not that way at all. There's women and children. As a matter of fact, we have the House of Tiny Treasures where the children go to school during the day while their parents are trying to get work. There's multitudes of things that people just have made up in their head that this is what it looks like. It's not that at all. It's women with children, it's young people, it's veterans, it's you name it, it's wide open. And when these people come into these environments and they see that there's hope and there's a place to live and it's clean, but you got to go by the rules, they kind of pull themselves up and up and up, and then they get a job, then they can do this, then they can do that. So that's where you get really rewarded. That's where you feel really good. It's when you know you could help somebody. So learning that end of it, even though I experienced some of it growing up, it was a little different back then, but it's a really serious issue. I came from a really messed up environment. My father and my mother divorced when I was very young. I never knew my father. My mother, unfortunately, had a lot of issues, and alcoholism, mental illness, so we wound up going through, my brother, my sister, and I, going through a period there where we were very young, and we were pretty much self-sufficient. And Marcella Perry with Heights State Bank heard my plight in junior high. And so in Hamilton Junior High, the counselor sent me over to the Heights State Bank. And Marcella Perry says, well, if you go buy a lawnmower and you buy an edger, you can cut my grass. I was stealing sack lunches. I had one pair of jeans. Where's I gonna get the money? So that was a great lesson. You know, it's kind of like, and I don't want to be that way. I want to be to where I can understand exactly how bad you've got it. Then I can help you. And so I eventually got a job at high school at a hamburger stand at nights. And then I became a night manager. And so that's how I got food. And I just looked at everything in the cafeteria plan. I like what this is in life, and I don't like what that is in life. And I decided I was not going to settle for less. And so now I'm in a spot where I can turn it back around and help people. But that's the quick and fast of how you can be homeless. You can be the strangest thing in the world. So it's not at all what people really think it is. You'd have to go out and see it for yourself. We really have got a great team involved, and they're involved, I believe, spiritually. I'm most proud of where we've come as an organization in 8 years. Bill Boyer got Tal Costas to become our president and CEO. We were broke. We were really in deep trouble. With their help, they peeled the onion back, so to speak, and then took the core values that we were good at and built on those things. It's the most rewarding work I've ever done. You can change, if everybody took one person and changed their life, everybody in the world, what would that look like? So if we can change 10 people, a couple of us, that looks a lot different. And that's the most rewarding end of it for me. And I'm still learning. I'm still learning a lot of how the systems go and how complicated it is to raise funds. And you can fix it. You know, we can fix it. It's in our backyard. Let's fix this first in Houston, Texas. And then past that, let's go fix it somewhere else. But let's be a model. If you could, please get more involved in something we can fix.